Hey, what's up, guys? Happy Saturday, Sunday, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Oh, good to see you guys. So, we're gonna do Aloha ʻOe today, okay? I absolutely love this song, and we're just gonna do one verse. So, majority of people, whenever you do hear it, there's actually 3 verses and a chorus, but most of the time you only hear just the one verse. Yeah, one verse and the Aloha ʻOe, which is the chorus. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start talking strumming patterns. All right, we're gonna get some strumming patterns going, and then we'll keep it very simple first, and then we'll get into the lyrics. All right, now the chords are very simple. We're gonna start with the Hawaiian G6. Now here's something that I like to share, and I've been talking about this. Wait, hang on, check this out because I'm very proud of it. And boom, shaka my bada. Yeah. All right. That tell me not. Is that not the coolest tuner ever? In my other classes, I've been focusing on the key of G, the Hawaiian G especially, which is our G6. Now, the reason for that is because I like to teach patterns and build habits. All right. And I tell my students all the time, the longer you stick with me, the better and the more fluid you'll become as a player. Because I am a teacher that makes you replicate, repeat, and memorize through habits. All right. But for this song, very simple. We're just going to use the Hawaiian G. All right. And then we're going to use our C. All right. C string. Yeah. C chord, sorry. A string, 3rd fret. And the Hawaiian D7. Now, my chord chart on the paper that I will be sharing soon, it does have the standard D7. All right, so the Hawaiian D7 is not on there yet, but we're working on that, so I should get that up and ready. All right, so Hawaiian G, yeah, so that C string, 2nd fret, and A string, 2nd fret. For those of us who might not be familiar with this, I use this chord all the time. Has a beautiful open and bright ending sound. Yeah, basic C, 3rd fret, A string, and D7, G string, 2nd fret, E string, 2nd fret. All right, now with our strumming, again, you have always the basics, right? I always like to do the up down strum. Yeah, now make sure hand open, pinch, tuck, twist. All right, making that cross. All right, it's almost like holding a pick. All right, so you just drag up the string, down. All right, so you see how my finger is kind of loosey-goosey out there, right? You know, so it's pretty much like pointing, yeah? Okay, so that's what you want to do, and make sure that there's a rotation in your wrist. All right, now do not do this. All right, you want a smooth transition. So think of a shaka, yeah? Just going like that, woohoo, stop my bada, like that. All right, okay, there you go. Okay, so keep on building that. Okay, so work on that, take a minute, get used to a nice smooth rotation. All right, hey, what's up? Aloha everybody on Facebook. I hope you guys got ukuleles as we learn Aloha ʻOe. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Saturday, guys. All right, so grab your ukes, jam with us real quick. The chord sheet, the PDFs will be in my Patreon, okay? Patreon.com/Jonah Davis. All right. All right, okay, so that's what we want, okay? Now, another good tip, make sure that there is room between the ukulele neck and your hand. All right, very important, especially as we're developing good playing habits. All right. Other habit is make sure your knuckles are up. So if your fingers are like this, that's down. All right. You want to make sure your knuckles are up. All right. Okay. Very good. Yeah, that's right. Oh, I didn't see that. Sorry, Mark. Yes, it is also called the memorable twig. Yeah. Because you can transition between both. Okay. Now, so with our strumming pattern, another thing what you can do is, what we're going to do today for this strumming pattern is, again, yeah, you're ready to go. Now you're going to go up and then you're going to flare. All right. So you're going to lead with your middle, follow with your index. Okay. Now what you want to do is create a bouncing motion, a bouncing feel. Okay, do you hear how smooth that is? It's very round. So it's up, flare, down. All right, so you want to make sure that you don't hit your strings hard. Control how you strum and the intensity in which you strum, because it also makes a big difference in how the sound comes out. Yeah, you know what I mean? So okay, so make sure that it's really smooth. All right. Okay, so slow it down. Sure, I can definitely do that. All right, so we're gonna count 8 per chord. All right, per strum, 8 strums per chord, and then we're gonna go G, C to D7. All right, here we go. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, D7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so you see this motion with your fingers, yeah? Oh, go ahead, Elaine. You got
I have a question. My question is, when you're playing it, it sounds like you have an extra little ta-da. I'm doing it,
yeah.
And I'm going up and then down, and you're only flaring with 2 fingers.
It's that bouncing feel. That's why I said create that bouncing feel. Okay, it's very important.
You have an extra little something in yours. You're having an extra little something in yours. I hear, but I can't replicate.
It's the bounce. But then when you run through it, it's basically just this. So when I have that bounce back, you know, on that down strum, there's a bounce back. And so it's just hitting the string. You know what I mean? So that's why it sounds like there's an extra strum. But in reality, there is no extra strum. Okay? So it's creating that bounce back.
The first finger hits an extra little downbeat. It goes up, down, down, up, down.
It's
and then
the bounce.
It's like you're hitting the first and second string.
Yeah, it's the bounce.
On the bounce.
Yeah. So I'm not controlling my bounce, right? So when I let my hand fall,
okay.
When I let my hand fall, I just let it hit the string. And so that's kind of what that extra sound is. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so it creates that motion. But then other than that, the actual regular pattern is simple. So do you hear that? That's the bounce. All right. So it's okay to just let your hands fall. You know what I mean? Just let your hands flow. It's totally cool. Okay, does that make sense to everybody? Yeah? So it's all in the bounce. Yeah? And it's okay. It's all about feel. Hawaiian music, it's definitely about feel. Yeah, there's some things you cannot replicate by simply counting and patterns. You know what I mean? The rest is always feel. Don't mind my morning voice. All right, here we go. So we have the music up. Okay, so as you can see, we got the basic chords G6, C, D7, and G7, which I didn't really go over, but most of us kind of know it already, but the chord chart is there. Yeah, if you guys would like to kind of play with it. Now, let me go ahead and sing it for you guys, all right? And again, forgive the morning voice. 3, 4, D7, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, ha, he, yo, taua, I, na, G7, Aloha ʻOe, Aloha ʻOe, eke ona noho I one fond embrace, aho'i aiahu, until we meet again. Ready and stop. Okay, does anybody have any questions? You guys okay? Yeah, okay, so just make sure now, if you guys have any questions, definitely let me know. All right, but when it comes to overall the lyrics, yeah, we'll just run through them briefly in a minute, but then let's go ahead and now let's start building on our rhythm. All right, we'll start building on our rhythm and our pattern. All right, so just make sure you just stay with the basics. Now, if you let your hand bounce and you hit the string, that's totally okay. All right, it's going to add to what you've already created in the rhythm, in the melody. Okay, so when you do that, you know, just let it feel natural. That's the goal. You want to feel natural. Okay, feel natural. So the more you listen to it, the more you play it, the more you participate in it, it becomes, you know, you start reflecting the exact same sound that you're consuming. All right, and I've been talking about that in my classes all week this week. All right, because it's definitely a feel thing. You want to feel what you're doing. You know what I mean? You're trying your best to convey an emotion, an experience, or because you're telling a story. You know what I'm saying? You are here trying to share something to someone, you know, through music. Okay. And so Hawaiian music is very much something that is dependent on feeling. All right. It is something you have to feel, you have to connect with. All right. So in the process, you know, let's just go ahead and play with the melody, with the rhythm, and you guys just follow along with me. All right. So there should be 4. There should be 4 patterns, all right, for every single chord, okay? All right, for the most part. But if not, just count it, all right? But for following, just play along. Now I want you to just focus on my hands and my count and just move when I move. The more you play like this, the more quick you tend to respond to players. All right, and this is ultimately the way we learn to what kanikapila. Yeah, is by watching and doing. Okay. Yes, I will do the intro again. So the intro will be G and D7, and we'll do it twice. Now, the second time you do the D7, you're only doing it for 2 patterns. The rest is all 4. So go ahead, play along. 1, 2, ready, G. 1, 2, 3, 4, D7. 2, 3, 4, G. 2, 3, 4, D. 2, ha, hey, yo. Okay, you guys got them? All right, so it is a short D7 on the second one. Only two strum patterns. All right, okay. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, D7. 2, 3, 4, G. 2, 3, 4, D. 2, ha, hey, yo, kauai na pali keni aela ikana kali ko uahi hile hua o uka G7 Aloha ʻOe Aloha ʻOe eke ona noho I ka lipo one fond embrace Ahoi aea until we meet again. Ha hail, ha hey yo, kauai na pali keni aela ikana hele eha hai ana pahai kali ko uahi hile hua o uka G7 Aloha ʻOe Aloha ʻOe eke ona noho I ka lipo one fond embrace aho ika ea until we meet focus on the strumming. Make sure you guys get familiar with it. Start feeling what you're doing. All right. It should conjure a sway. All right. Does that make sense? Like, you want to feel what you're doing. And that's the one thing that, I stress the most, is making sure that you feel what you're doing. Brain is hurting as I'm thinking so hard to get the strumming and the lyrics together. Nice song to learn. Elaine, that's the problem. Don't think. You know what I mean? And that really is a thing. And and again, it's definitely a different thing. And I'm just sharing with you guys my, one of the ways I've learned from culturally speaking. You know what I mean? Growing up in Maui, this beautiful family, the Kohia family, I grew up around this family, and they're my family. And my auntie Chubby, my uncle Nohea, my auntie Aloha them, and my cousins, they all just played. You know what I mean? And growing up in the church, and just everybody would just jam. Nobody thought about what they're doing. You know what I mean? And you learn as you go. It's an experience. It's a lifestyle. And for me, it really is. And, it's a way of just living every single day, right? Why stress, right? It's not just a Hawaii hang loose situation. It really is a cultural belief. It's a way of life. Yeah. So don't think so much about patterns and movements. Just start working on feeling it. One of the best things you can do is do the strumming pattern with your eye closed and start feeling how your body wants to move. Let your body move wherever it wants to go. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole different thing. And so if anything I've learned through my years of music, it's that. Learn how to feel what you do. But other than that, guys, this will be up on Patreon first, and then later on it'll get released on YouTube. Next week, when you guys come back, we're going to be working on the lyrics for Aloha ʻOe. Okay, but yeah, if you guys need anything else, there's so much content on my Patreon, like choke. All right, there's lots of Hawaiian stuff, lots of ukulele stuff. I mean, mind hurting kind a lot. All right, so please check it out. But stay safe. God bless you guys. Love you guys. Aloha.